Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. What gives a human being the strength to survive the worst pain imaginable? How does someone hold on when everything has been stripped away, comfort, freedom, dignity, and still find a reason to keep living? Viktor Frankl was a psychiatrist. He was also a Holocaust survivor. In the death camps, he lost his family, his home, and nearly his life. But what he discovered in that darkness became one of the most powerful ideas of the 20th century. We don't get to choose our suffering, but we can choose how we respond to it. And in that choice lies our freedom. Frankl observed something strange in the concentration camps. It wasn't the strongest or the smartest who survived. It was the ones with a sense of purpose. The ones who had something left to live for, even if it was only an idea, a memory, or a promise. He called this the will to meaning. When we have a reason to live, we can endure almost anyhow. Meaning isn't given to us. We create it, and it can come from anywhere. A mission, a relationship, a belief, a responsibility. But it has to be real, and it has to be ours. Most people chase happiness. Frankl says stop chasing it. Happiness is a byproduct of meaning. It can't be pursued directly. But when you dedicate yourself to something bigger than yourself, happiness often follows. Suffering is part of life. Avoiding it is impossible. But meaningless suffering is what breaks people. If you can turn pain into purpose, it transforms you. This doesn't mean glorifying suffering. It means refusing to be defined by it. Even in a concentration camp, where prisoners had no control over their environment, they still had one freedom left: their attitude. Frankl called this the last of the human freedoms. The ability to choose your response, to decide what kind of person you want to be, no matter what's been done to you. There is always space between stimulus and response, and in that space lies our power. So how do you find meaning? Frankl identified 3 paths. The first is through work, doing something you care about, creating something of value, devoting yourself to a cause. The second is through love, not just romantic love, but connection, caring for someone else more than yourself, choosing to stand by them even in pain. And the third is through suffering. When you face unavoidable pain with dignity and courage, you shape your own character. You grow. You prove to yourself and to the world that you are more than what has happened to you. Meaning can be found in the most unlikely places, even in a prison cell, even in a hospital room, even in grief, if you're willing to look for it. So what can you do now? First, stop asking what you want from life. Start asking, what does life want from you? Second, take responsibility for your suffering. You don't have to like it. You don't have to pretend it's fair. But if you can face it with purpose, you stop being a victim. Third, reflect on your relationships. Who do you care about deeply? Who would you fight for? Who do you want to become worthy of? Fourth, think about your work. Not just your job, but your contribution. What's the impact you want to leave behind? And finally, in moments of hardship, pause. Ask yourself, how can I respond in a way that adds meaning to this pain? What would dignity look like right now? You are not free from pain, but you are always free to decide what that pain means. And in that freedom, you discover yourself. Man's Search for Meaning isn't just a memoir, it's a mirror. It asks you, what kind of life are you creating with your choices? If this gave you clarity, subscribe now. We share powerful summaries like this every week to help you live with purpose, resilience, and focus. For more books that challenge and inspire, check the description. We've curated a list to help you build a deeper, more meaningful life.